Hello and welcome to the Street Crime UK YouTube channel. Please don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Today we look at the leaders of a drugs gang who lived their high life with their vast illicit profits, splashing cash on VIP boxes at Anfield and far-flung holidays. But the 18-strong gang of crooks were today waking up with the prospect of a combined 140 years in prison after being locked up over their £5.8 million conspiracy. They used a tiny cottage in a Devon village as their base to peddle cocaine and heroin shipped out of Merseyside. Leader Daniel Smith and his lieutenants used a network of gophers and couriers to carry out their dirty work as they lived a jet-set lifestyle despite having no legitimate source of income. When those at the bottom of the chain were arrested, police said the gang would simply enlist others to do their bidding. Vans, adapted so that drugs could be stored in hidden compartments, were used to ship the drugs in bulk to the south coast. The operation lasted for at least a year before being broken up by Devon and Cornwall police in an undercover police operation codenamed Reform. Heroin and cocaine with an estimated street value of £1.25 million and a cash in excess of £91,500 was intercepted. But detectives believed the true value of the drugs being sold approached the £6 million mark. Fanatic Liverpool supporter Mr. Smith, who moved to Paignton, Devon, headed up the drugs racket alongside Paul Fagan. Key right-hand men Thomas Kehoe and Kevin Deary controlled the operation from Liverpool. Robert Murphy was a trusted lieutenant and Andrew Cleland acted as the stash man. Mr. Smith, Mr. Kehoe and Mr. Deary were instrumental in organising the supply of drugs, moving their men and resources around the country to ensure that the operation ran smoothly. Brothers Neil and John Cupid played a major part in the conspiracy. John at Liverpool End distributing the drugs for Mr. Kehoe, and Neil organising the storing and distributing of the drugs in Devon. Police told how Mr. Smith would entertain contacts in a private box at Anfield on his visits back to the city and revealed that those at the top of the gang enjoyed a raft of foreign holidays. Detective Constable Paul Dorothy said, "Many of these men had no obvious sources of income, yet enjoyed lavish lifestyles from their role in the drugs trade." Ian Ross played a major part in the drug dealing within Torbay, and Mark Worrell was employed as a stash man to store and hide the drugs on behalf of the gang after Mr. Cleland was arrested. The gang used a number of men to courier drugs and money between Liverpool and the southwest. Jordan Caldwell, Donald McAskill, John Wilson, Michael Griffith, John Fagan, Paul Wade, Lee Sonner, Ashley Turney and Jordan Taylor all acted as couriers at times throughout the course of the operation, he added. Police proved that there had been at least 48 courier runs from Liverpool to Devon in a 12-month period. DC Dorothy added, a number of warrants were executed simultaneously in October at addresses in Warrington, Liverpool and Torbay. As more people were arrested, the more desperate the gang became, and once they had no one else to turn to, senior members of the gang including Neil Cupid and Thomas Kehoe were forced to do the dirty work. We arrested Mr. Cupid in December in possession of nearly half a kilo of heroin with a street value of £50,000 and found £6,700 in Thomas Kehoe's property in Liverpool with the fingerprints of Torquay drug dealer. We are pleased with the sentences given out to this gang by the court and we hope that this will act as a deterrent. 17 of the 19 suspects pleaded guilty to conspiracy to supply Class A drugs. So what are your thoughts about this Irish crime gang and how they received a total of 140 years in prison for the combined actions in the drugs trade? Please share your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for joining us and until next time, stay safe.